It's a chance to ring in the new year the right way. The Flames trying to get to 500. They're on a roll at home. Won their last 4 games at the Dome. They take on Philadelphia. Flyers have points in 8 of their last 10 on the road. Should be a good one. And in goal, the second night of back-to-back for the Flyers means no Vladar. Sam Ersson this evening, who won his last start in Chicago. At the other end, Dustin Wolf continues to impress. A .916 save percentage in December. He has won 7 of the Flames' 8 victories this month.
And for the Flames, Michael Backlund, you heard Brendan talk about how well he's played in December. But for me, the Flames are fortunate to have such a fantastic captain. He did a great job in the calendar year of 2025.
Take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Bet99.net. And how about this for a little juice on New Year's Eve? It's the Lomberg, Beecher, Klapka trio up front for Ryan Huska, Kuznetsov, and Uyghur on the blue line.
And the fourth line starting for the Flyers as well. Maybe fireworks, John, who knows?
Yeah, a little early perhaps. Hobbles up the far boards. Grebenka turned it over. Lomberg was trying to shuffle that to the slot. Out of the reach of Klapka. Kuznetsov played it back in, delayed offside. That allowed the Flyers to get to it, or so he thought. Klapka roaring in there, takes it right back. Klapka had that elude his grasp, and once again the Flames will have to check up. They do so with Rasmus Andersson. Now Backlund trying to spot Coronado on the far side. Couldn't hit him, and Carl Grundstrom carrying the hot stick for the Flyers. He scored in 4 straight games. Coronado had a bouncing puck. And the Flyers will usher that to center. Get a quick change in as well on the Philly side. Harrison plays it off the boards. These two teams met in Philadelphia in early November. Calgary took the 2-1 victory.
And a great game, you said, John.
Yes, it stood out. We're hoping tonight has a little more action.
Way to play along, my friend.
Coleman. And then Uyghur up the middle. Kuznetsov. Around the corner in the Philadelphia zone. The Flyers won last evening 6-3 in Vancouver. Couple of lineup changes for Rick Tocchet. Noah Juleson among them on the Philly blue line. Ball on the reverse. Anderson had that picked off. Juleson will play it up. And that one looked like it was going to bounce to Dustin Wolf. Didn't have to make a stop. Defenseman took care of that in front of him. Nazem Kadri, who had us chuckling this morning when we were talking about the Canadian Olympic selection. He wanted to be part of it, but realizes how tough it is to crack that roster.
Having said that, he has just had a tremendous season. He has been such a great player over the years for the Flames.
Really, this collection of Calgary veterans continue to age very well. You were talking about Backlund off the top,
yeah,
and
for sure.
He's on a 5-game point streak. Here's Morgan Frost, a former Flyer, on to Huberdeau. 32 points in 30 career games against Philadelphia for Huberdeau. Likes to play these Flyers, typically. Couturier, Uyghur lost his stick, kind of caught between gears. That puck bouncing around off of Tippett into the corner, who threw a big hit. And Kuznetsov doesn't get hit like that very often on the receiving end. We'll shake it off. We'll Ron Kuznetsov. Will be angled in by Parkey. Stolen by Philadelphia. Hobbles. Pressure to the far boards by Uyghur. He'll win that puck battle and reverse it to Kuznetsov. Hobbles. Did he save the line? He did. Grundstrom into the slot, but Flames had that covered. And Beecher just out of the reach of Huberdeau. That'll send both teams, well, Calgary to the bench for a change, and Flyers back to their own zone. That one missed its mark, but no icing. Dustin Wolf gets into the fray. Other goaltenders been forced into a stop just yet. Lomberg trying to change that on the inside here. Battles with Juleson. Took him down. Centers Klapka. And a stop on that trapper post by Ersson. Might have been just deflected in front of him. And a good chance on a setup from Lomberg.
And what a great forecheck by Lomberg.
It's that type of energy Ryan Huska is looking for consistently from that line. Coleman. Heard Brendan Parker say team lead now. 12 goals on the campaign.
And as we've talked about over the years, just does so much more than put up some points. He's such a great leader, great on the penalty kill, all sorts of different areas he impacts the game.
Up ice, it's Michael Backlund, shadowed by Konechny, who scored his 12th last night in Vancouver.
What a beauty that was, too. Great effort.
Dvorak out of the reach of Konechny, and that'll be icing against Philadelphia.
Oh boy, a couple of big hits already. Tippett with the first big hit for the Flyers on Kuznetsov. There's the body position by Tippett. Nice and clean hit. Kuznetsov got up, and I was glad to see he got right back into the play. Longberg with a great reverse hit on Juleson. Juleson not quite ready for it. And Longberg, that's what he needs to do along with his other two line mates on that fourth line. Great action so far.
Calgary wins the draw. Kuznetsov hammered that shot, didn't make it through. That's a stinger for Dvorak, who's trying to grind through it, still defending. Sharangovich had the puck for a moment. It's behind him. Spotting that is Farabee trying to drift one through for Calgary, who does pick it up in the far corner. Zegras a touch on it. Farabee shoots. That shot blocked, and Flyers blocking a lot of shots, especially on this possession. Sanheim, the latest to go down, and well, we know Doug Armstrong is keeping track of all of his Olympians just announced today.
Boy, yeah, right.
Former hitman on the Flyers blue line, Travis Sanheim, one of those.
He's still hunched over on the bench. Well, it was Dvorak first getting the block, and then Sanheim, and that's going to smart for a little while. So there's Sanheim, there's the block, and he goes down immediately. And we'll keep our eye on that. Oh, that's the inside of the knee. I don't know how much protection he has right there. We will definitely watch that. And he looks like he's continuing to still be hunched over.
Flyers got in between 1:30 and 2 Mountain Time this morning. And then Sanheim got up early for that phone call, said it didn't matter.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Not worried about losing sleep over making the Canadian Olympic team and getting that call this morning.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, you know, life takes precedent, and you don't need that afternoon nap. It's just you're running on emotion after a call like that.
Ristolainen sends it into the Calgary zone. Puck makes its way out to center, and Juleson will survey the field. Both teams changing on the fly. Almost 6 minutes gone in the first. Still looking for the game's first shot. Both teams have had a couple of chances. That one knocked out of the air by Lomberg, nearly into his own bench. Boy, Ryan Lomberg is right on his toes since the opening puck drop, starting tonight for the Flames. Gustevich laid the body back to the line. Long shot finds Wolf, and he'll stop it off the blade of Juleson. Some action on a Wednesday night to rain in the new year. Glad you're with us from the Saddle Dome.
With a nice video tribute in that TV timeout, and there's a nice round of applause. And look at his former teammates. They recognize, hey, listen, Dan Vladar had a heck of a run here, but he deserved a chance to try and be a number one. He thought that he could. He knew that Dustin Wolf was going to be the number one here, so he asked to go, and he has more than performed as a number one in Vancouver, in Philadelphia. His coach, Rick Tocchet, was talking about how well he's played, and also how he's such a great guy also, and all the players really want to play for him. Take a look at the lowest goals against average this season, minimum 20 games. Look where Dan is. I mean, that's a real compliment to how he's played, but also his belief in himself. I love that. Rick Tocchet was really raving about him last night.
Well, what a final season in Flames colors, as it turns out he had last year. He was excellent. Played 100 games on the nose for Calgary, and he's carried it over. You're right. What an opportunity in Philadelphia. And again, last night, he weathered the storm early in Vancouver.
Shots were 10-0 at one point for the Vancouver Canucks, and without the excellent play of Dan Vladar, I think they would have been down a goal or most likely two in the first, say, 6 or 7 minutes. So, yeah, great to see him go elsewhere and have success. He's a real big part of the development of Dustin Wolf.
He was a great goaltender partner, as you say, for Wolf, and Some news on Cooley coming through as well. I know we'll touch on as we get through our broadcast tonight.
Yeah, big day for he and the organization yesterday.
2-year extension for Devin Cooley. Zegras skips one in. Dustin Wolf takes a look. Had ball, but didn't realize, I think, that Dvorak in the vicinity as well. That one tipped wide to the right of Dustin Wolf. Rasmus Andersson shuts it off down low. He's seen enough. He'll flip it out to center. Nearly reeling that in was Blake Coleman, who's so good with that hand-eye on the fly. That one into the Flyers bench. Look out by Coronado.
This period brought to you by Molson. We've been everywhere because we're for everyone. Molson, everyone in.
So I asked Ryan Huska this morning, what do Rick Tocchet coach teams do really well? They forecheck really well. The D stay up. They're tough through the neutral zone and very competitive along the walls.
They usually have to work hard to beat both of these teams.
Both teams, not a lot of shots, just one shot so far, but a lot. This is a high-energy game so far.
Kuznetsov. He took a hit and dishes one out to Bobby Brink. Scored a goal last night, and that's why we bring it up, because the Flyers have 6 players with double-digit goals now. Mason Forrester not in the lineup due to injury, but they've spread out the wealth at Philadelphia. Each comp to the line. Ristolainen's shot tips, flutters over top of the Calgary goal. Wolf was committed to his trapper side, and that puck able to balloon over the net and stay out. Frost drops it back. Connor Zary can't get over the Philadelphia line. Grundstrom, he lost control. Lomberg plays to Frost and in. Trying to go back to Lomberg, who pressures the front of the net and into the glove of Ersson, who squeezes tight.
Oh, Ristolainen with the big blast from the point. And I have to tell you, John, I don't know what your eyes were telling you from up here at the broadcast booth. It looked like it's going to hit Frost and then pop up in the air and pop in behind Dustin Wolf. I had a feeling that might go in. Now, obviously, it looks a lot different on a TV replay, but it's still, from here, it had potential.
Yes, it looked menacing at first.
Yes. And I don't think Dustin Wolf really saw it much after that deflection.
Lomberg to Beecher, and missed on the blocker side low. Hanley, sharp angle, still with it. Over to Klapka, and up top Brustevich. His quick shot was redirected to the sideboards by Grundstrom. Hanley gets it back, swings to Beecher, in but not deep. Flyers take over again. Sealer up the middle. Hobbles. Trying to find it in a set of skates. He does locate it before changing. Rodrigo Amos, featured for Latvia, you'd think, for the Olympics. Couturier sliced away by Kadri. Another whistle.
All right, let's take a look at the record between these two teams. The last 13 games, and wow, overwhelmingly in favor of the Flames. Look at that win-loss record. Goals, as you would expect. Team goals against, terrific. Goal differential, that's huge. Penalty kill, tremendous, as well as the save percentage.
And Dustin Wolf would be a big part of those numbers recently. Perfect 3-0 against Philly in his career. Flyers have tested Wolf once, and Flames still not credited with a shot on goal yet. Farabee. Sanheim. On to Couturier, now Tippett. One-handing that. Controls it, shoots. That one blocked. Stepping up was Rasmus Andersson. Give him 72 shot blocks on the campaign now for number 4 in red. Kadri. Plays back to Rasmus Andersson. Has some time. Up the boards onto Sharangovich. Defending the line. On that occasion, as Drysdale will step over the boards to change on the fly for Philadelphia. Zegras out of his reach. Kuznetsov trying to get it going the other way quickly. Calgary had numbers, but a high stick coming into play.
All right, Travis Sanheim, good to see him back after blocking that shot. Take a look at this world-class play. So Farabee's got to jump on him. In comes Sanheim. Skates so well, as Doug Armstrong said. You heard the press conference about the Big D. It's like going through a car wash. And that was an example of what he does and why it's so hard to play against guys like Sanheim and the other D on Team Canada.
A carbon copy of the Four Nations blue line for Canada. John Cooper going to the Olympics. We'll size up the rosters with our panel as well as we continue our coverage. Kuznetsov, love the stick, plays it in the slot corner. Oh, quick play, Coleman denied by Erson. Zegras back the other way into the slot. Connecting, trying to drop and shoot. Coleman came all the way back to make that defensive play, and he'll join the rush ahead. Backlund tried to angle it into Coleman, who does come up with it. Coronado's quick shot from a sharp angle was blocked. Ball turning after that puck, stays in front of Zegras. Protects and swings behind the net. Rasmus Andersson on to Zeri. Some traffic across that Flyers line, bumped him off the puck. Brink holds. Cates swarmed by ball. Up the boards. Connor Zeri out of the Calgary zone. Cross ice to Rasmus Andersson, who delivers it deep. Zeri trying to free that puck up for Frost. Nearly worked. Hoped at by Hanley, able to send the Flames back in. That one off the glass sharply off of Morgan Frost. I think he thought that was going out of play. Kept alive and Hanley up ice on to Zeri. Trailer Brustevich shoots. Stopped by Erson. Rebound Frost between his legs and couldn't connect with Zeri in front. Tried it again and right to the goal crease. Skill on display for Morgan Frost trying to open the scoring. Wired deep by Philadelphia. Passed around Grabenkin on the fly is Beecher. Klapka was holding the line. Puck came to him out of his skates. He'll find it the second time. And give chase on the forecheck now. Lombard and Klapka, who finishes his hit on Sanheim. Flutters one in. Calgary inside edge. Works it back up the zone. Kuznetsov pinched in. Couturier's got it. Sean Couturier out of the air. Tip it. Trying to sell that puck down. Flames find it instead. Sharangovich on to Uyghur. Back to Sharangovich driving the middle. His shot off a stick and that stays wide. Ristolainen able to angle that wide. Flames it fairly back to the puck. Sharangovich hit away from the play. Thought he could have got a tripping call there to Couturier. You hear Calgary call for it. Rasmus Andersson had to jump back on the bench. Nearly too many for the Flames. Flyers lost control. Calgary right on that puck. First period is motoring by.
It sure is. Only 2 shots on goal, but very competitive.
Coleman up ice. Flames out numbers. Coronado and Andersson. Coronado drops. Backlund scores! The streak continues for Backlund, who opens it up against the Flyers.
Oh boy, what a play in the defensive zone. Right there by Blake Coleman, and chipped the puck out into the neutral zone. In comes Matt Coronado. He sets it up perfectly for Michael Backlund. Here's Blake Coleman. What a play along the boards. That's how you win hockey games. Gets it up to Coronado. He puts it right in the wheelhouse for Backlund. That's his 10th goal of the season. Michael Backlund continues his incredibly strong play here in the last month of 2025. What a play by Coleman in his own zone.
Backlund stretches the streak to 6 games with a point. Give him 9 in that. 5 of those goals, and you mentioned 10 on the season now.
Oh, boy.
Michael Backlund finds the first goal of the game. The captain remains red hot.
Pressure off the captain's shoulder. He felt like he was trying to help everybody on the team. They knew that they needed the right version of Michael Backlund, and if he played the way he does, the team would be better off for it. He's been one of their top point getters since that time, guys.
Well, you are backing it up, Brendan, because Backlund now has his 5th career 6-game point streak as Calgary test Harrison, but it hit the side of the net. Calgary setting up Sharangovich. Calgary back behind the goal in the Philly zone. Little switch there with Weegar. Calgary now up top. He shoots long range. Just missed blocker side. Calgary, a magnet for the puck to Kuznetsov. That off a leg. I think Barkey helped redirect it. He'll pick it up now. Denver Barkey coming in. Throws on the brakes. Now moves to Ristolainen. Shot with traffic. Stopped and reeled in by Wolf.
Injured in an accident? Call Canada's largest personal injury firm, Diamond & Diamond, because there's nothing tougher than a diamond.
Rasmus Ristolainen with a good shot, recognizes there's traffic in front. Looks like maybe a tiny little redirect by Couturier in front, and Dustin Wolf with a great save.
And it'll come right back to Wolf, who will cover up and bring another face-off.
I like this, what Dustin Wolf just did on this harmless little play. Get the whistle in your own zone. I think there was a play last game in which he kept the puck alive, and there was a player on his own team.
Calgary. Yeah, so I just did, I guess.
And I think he learned that, hey, at the times it's a good thing just to take a face-off and trust your centerman.
That's right. Sometimes you have to be traffic cop, too, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Feel that situation. Not always easy, but
Krustevich, no icing. He'll be back to play. Haunting him is Michkov, but Krustevich finds an open lane just out of the reach of Zary. And it won't be icing. I think that's the right call, as Ristolainen just couldn't get there. Michkov in a hurry the other way. The break back to Michkov. Straddled the line for a moment. Now swings around on a plate to the line off the post. Juleson struck iron. Off the setup from Michkov. Michkov, you could tell he was looking.
he was, that's for sure. Such high-end skill, right?
Sealer played it in. Always alert when 39 and White is out there, of course. Beecher. We saw a lot of posts in that Boston game, and they're still working for Dustin Wolf. Ball.
And Edmonton.
That's right.
Right? Edmonton game, wasn't there 4 posts here by the Oilers?
Beecher snared by Harrison.
Oh, what a great chance by the Flyers here. Enter the zone. Michkov with a great pass right to Juleson. Rips it right off the post. It's still 1-0 Flames.
Matter if it's on the ice or off.
24th to save $40. Available.
First chance to come back to Calgary, and obviously knows everybody on that other side of the red line very well, including his former fellow countryman Adam Klapka, saying a quick hello to James Borelli as well, assistant athletic therapist. But special, I'm sure, to be back, even though I know that he would have wanted to have the crease as well. But he played last night in Vancouver and played well, I might add.
He got the win for the Flyers, did Vladar, and didn't play in the first meeting of the season against the Flames either, so have to wait till next year. And I don't mean tomorrow. Drysdale up ice on to Konechny, back to Drysdale. What a job taking the lane away by Ball. Coleman the other way with Coronado, tried to sift it through, and Sanheim got enough of it. Backlund tried to stop on a dime, but puck just out of his reach. Konechny lost it at center. Here's Kevin Ball again. What a shift from Kevin Ball across to Coleman. Now Coronado point blank, and he set it up off of Harrison, I believe, and over top as this puck slides out. Calgary doing it at both ends.
Oh boy, as you mentioned, John, Kevin Ball, look at the defensive effort right here. Konechny tries to get the puck through to Drysdale. Ball in perfect position. Use that big body. Once again, going to take the puck away from Konechny. Now he's going to attack the net, throw it across in front. It's going to come right to Matt Coronado. Oh, he missed by about an inch. Oh, on the glove side. So close.
Off the draw, Calgary. A little help from Farabee to Kuznetsov. Up top, Sharon Govich finds Uyghur. Into the slot looking for Farabee. Just missed that blade. Work back to the front of the Flyers' crease, and Ristolainen will escape trouble for Philadelphia. Hit center and send a backhand in. Wolf wanted to come out and play it. Instead, behind him as he peers over that left shoulder, now to his right, and Mackenzie Uyghur will take on the tape for Nazem Kadri. Trying to work his way in, and does to the Flyers zone. Thought he drew a penalty there, but they'll keep playing. Kadri among the league's best at drawing penalties. Season after season, it seems. Tippett spreads it out. Harkey stops in the corner. Anderson steals from him. Off the tip of the stick of Frost. Ball's got some time. Frost. Offside is Huberdeau to stop play.
With more capability than ever, a new Toyota Tacoma can power every adventure. Get yours at your local Prairie dealer today.
Well, I'm not sure what you thought, John, but putting Connor Zary with Frost and Huberdeau, I thought really worked last game. Thought Connor was really, really good, and hoping to see a little bit of growth again tonight and continue to play better and better as he has recently.
Well, those two changes by Ryan Huska. You mentioned Zary, well, he scores the game winner, of course, and Coronado was the reverse of that, the flip side, if you will, and he's got a point tonight. Huska's not afraid to make changes, though prefers consistency. See if they find some new trios that work. Sanheim, blistering shot over top of the glove side and wide. Brink out of the corner, up the boards. Michkov back down low to Brink. Drysdale across. Sanheim looking for a tip. Nearly found it. Brink shoots. That one off of Prustevich, I believe, into the netting.
Well, Michkov, another great play. In my opinion, it's the third really good play by him in this first period. He's going to enter the zone, and then he's going to spot Sanheim, and Sanheim rips that shot just high and wide, but great vision by Michkov.
A lot was made about his comments, kind of referring to taking the summer off. Now, he did go through injury, and it was a slow start.
Sure was.
And you're always under the microscope in Philadelphia.
Well, I just know what I'm reading online, and the Philly fans are really pushing for Rick Tocchet to play him more. But I know my buddy Rick Tocchet, and he won't bow down to that sort of pressure.
Right. Just like you won't give in to Eric Francis.
Which we were joking,
yes, we were having a lot of fun. This one offside at the Calgary line.
All right, let's take a look at the Pack Michkov goals this year. He is some dynamic player, and he's one of the best in the league. You got to keep your eyes out for him. He's at 9 goals on the season. Last year, he just had such an incredible season, didn't he, for the Philadelphia Flyers? He was the talk of the league for a while. There's his head coach, Rick Tocchet.
He had 26 goals a year ago, and coming out of the KHL, I'm not sure we knew the level he could get to, but he showed us pretty early.
Yesterday, the Calgary Flames beat the Philadelphia Flyers 5-1.
Inside the final minute of the first. Konechny right back in, some room on the outside. Backlund pressures, goes to the point, and that one off the pipe. Ristolainen, the latest. Zegras trying to center the puck. Flames just trying to get out of the period, and they'll be helped by the man that has the only goal. That's Backlund. Bouncing puck at the Flyer line. Ristolainen turns it around. Dvorak coming in. Crosses, goes to Zegras. Quick pass to the outside. Konechny swings to the line. Sealer's shot was blocked. Flames seal it up, and they'll escape with a 1-0 first period lead.
Good last shift by the Flyers. Zegras, great vision. He's going to get this puck over to Konechny. This is a grade A chance. That's the best save of the period by Dustin Wolf. Not overly busy.
We're excited to push.
Welcome back, everyone, on New Year's Eve. What is typically the annual game for the Calgary Flames at home, and they have a 1-0 lead thanks to the point streak continuing from Michael Backlund, his 10th of the season. Is the lone goal this one after 20. Flyers start with a puck in the second period, right on to Dustin Wolf. Gurbenkin pulls it out of this corner to Grundstrom. Had a good look. Grundstrom now behind that Flames net, shuffles, stick handles up the boards. The line, Sanheim's shot was blocked. Blomberg after it. Out of the point, Drysdale held it in, gets it back. Jamie Drysdale, pressured by Lomberg, nearly turned that puck over for the Flames, and Lomberg would have been away. Gurbenkin working down low. Hit hard by Lomberg as Obels. Sanheim going to the slot. Grundstrom couldn't get the stick freed up. Two were there, Weegar and Lomberg, and now Klapka will hit center, although they say he didn't, and that'll be icing.
Lomberg, once again, that's the way you start a period. Big hit on Obels, and Obels is a big man too. He was ready for it, though. He braced himself. He did see Lomberg coming at the last second, but that is exactly what Ryan Lomberg needs to do.
Setting the tone is the fourth line for the Flames once again, trying to win the faceoff and get the change in. Weegar will do that off of Beecher's draw in. A hand pass will stop play, and Calgary will get a change.
Boy, we talked about him last game, didn't we? But is there a guy that has more fun at the rink? And I suspect away from the rink as well. He just enjoys life. That's a great attitude for all of us to employ, and I admire guys like that. It's not always easy.
You know, he doesn't need a letter on the jersey to be a leader, and he is part of this group in Calgary, which extends to about 7 players. And boy, what an emotional beacon he continues to be. Ryan Lomberg, Michael Backlund, longest point streak of his career is 8 games. See if he can keep it going. He's up to 6 with a goal tonight. And as the guys mentioned, in between periods, that little stretch might just push him over the edge onto the Swedish roster. We'll see as of Friday. Backlund back into the corner. Coleman couldn't reach it. Flyers spread it out. Missed the line and chopped it ahead. Taking a look is Brustevich. Konechny peeled back to the bench. He's got some room. Brustevich does up the middle. Sharangovich now to Backlund. Couldn't get it in. He's looking to change. Backlund on the far side of the ice. Will reach the Calgary bench as Michkov plays up to Ristolainen. His shot off the stick of Hanley.
Boy, he's been up in the play today, hasn't he, Ristolainen?
Bobby Brink and the Flyers, they've had their looks, and Ristolainen helped create one off of Dvorak, as you were alerted to, off the crossbar near the dying moments of the first. Hanley trying to escape Cates, tied up, but freed up, and away with it is Nazem Kadri. Kadri into Sharangovich, now to Farabee, back to Kadri. That would have been a pretty tic-tac-toe, and it just skipped over the blade of Nazem Kadri.
So close. Great vision by Farabee.
Kadri brings the play in again. Farabee looking to drop. Nearly worked for Huberdeau in the slot, but the Flyers come back. Into the glove of Dustin Wolf. He'll catch and release. Played around behind Rasmus Andersson, and it works up to Huberdeau. Klapka trying to get in. Lines up Sanheim. Second time tonight those two big men have come together. This will be icing against the Flyers.
All right, in the first we talked about Blake Coleman and the great assist that led to the goal. This is winning hockey, though. Watch this big hit on York, but he's not done Coleman, so now he's going to track back through the middle, and the puck's going to come back to York. What does Coleman do? Just takes it, flips it off his stick to his own defenseman. Here's a so close pass from Farabee to Calgary. Is about 2 inches too short. Clapton going after Sanheim. Not sure what that conversation was about, but I like to see both guys involved.
Weegar at the line, plays to Huberdeau, some traffic, and he scores! That was tipped in, I think Huberdeau saying. The Flames have added to their lead, and it might be Huberdeau's after all.
Well, I'm with you, John. I thought here in the broadcast booth, I thought I heard it hit something. Now, let's take a look at this shot. Win the face-off, key by Frost. It's going to go right back over to Huberdeau. There's the shot. Oh, I think it might go in off the defenseman. Is that Drysdale? Number 9. Let's take a look. Well, it definitely goes off something or somebody. Not exactly sure. Here it is in front. Yeah, I believe it's the defenseman Drysdale. Definitely heard it, though. There's no question about that. And that gives the Flames a 2-0 lead here early in the second.
8th of the season for Huberdeau. We told you the first he loves playing the Flyers, and yeah, right. He had a 2-goal game earlier this year. And they announced it as Frost, so I did wonder if it was going to be the former Flyer.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Morgan Frost has got it.
Well, we knew it was redirected because we both heard it.
And that's the 9th of the season for Frost. And for Morgan, that breaks out of a 6-game goalless streak. He had that big overtime winner in Los Angeles in front of his dad and Andy and all the dads. And he's got a big one here against his former team, 2-0 Calgary. Penalty coming up to the Flames. Erson sprinting for the Flyers bench, hanging on to Zegras. Centers for Sealer, shoots, scores! Wolf claiming he was interfered with by Grundstrom. Will they take another look at this? Sealer let it go on the delayed call.
All right, lots to unpack here. Kuznetsov is going to be taking a minor penalty. He was not happy with the call. He was looking right at the official after. Here's a play, gets a stick into the legs, the Flyer falls down. Now let's take a look at Grundstrom right in front. Puck comes back to Sealer. Let's see Grundstrom. Oh, well, now is there contact with Kuznetsov? Is that why Grundstrom goes in? As you mentioned, Dustin Wolf was complaining immediately after the puck had gone into the net. Husk is calling the official over. And I think they're going to take a look at this. And I'm not going to comment one way or the other what I think.
Calgary's challenging the previous play to determine if there was goaltender interference prior to the goal.
Because, John, last game, I thought that it would be called goalie interference. It wasn't. And so my batting average is down to about 15% now on the year. So I am not going to comment about what I think.
This coach's challenge brought to you by Specsavers. Should have gone to Specsavers. Keep your eyes healthy with regular eye exams, including OCT, house scan.
If you're at home watching this, you can have your own opinion. I'm going to lay out and just watch it myself and not look like a total fool every single time.
Well, we appreciate when you try to boil it down. It is such a
it's so hard, right?
Guessing game, it seems, this season. And I just go back to what we believe the requirements are. Grundstrom is in the blue paint.
Yep.
It appears he's impeding Wolf and his ability to move where the side the puck went in. So I guess I'll do it for you because...
And then I'll just nod my head so I don't make it.
The glove side is where the puck went in. So
yes. Oh, here's the call.
We'll see.
After coach's challenge video review, it was determined there was goaltender interference. We have no goal.
All right.
Also on the play, Philadelphia number 16 has a 2-minute minor penalty for tripping.
No, I think they meant Calgary.
And because the Flyers don't have
They don't
number
have a 16.
So that won't work. Here's Kuznetsov getting the stick into the legs of Sealer.
Calgary 37.
Yes, okay, he just corrected himself. It's 37, of course. Kuznetsov.
Good. Calgary 37, 2-minute minor penalty, tripping.
Well, they're allowed to make the odd mistake. We do up here. You very rarely.
No.
Me on a regular basis.
That's my New Year's resolution, I think. Well, that one goes the Flames' way. And Jamie Pringle, Andrew Doty, who are part of the video review for the Flames, able to take a goal that was awarded on the ice, back off the board, 2-0 Calgary. Now they go defending on the penalty kill. Flyers center one out in front, and Backlund is there to turn it down. Flames are 14th in the National Hockey League on the PK. It had been a real stingy run for Trent Cole, who runs this unit, but 6 power play goals against in the last 5. Wolf slides over to make that stop, and he'll cover up.
Well, that was not the shot that Christian Dvorak was looking for. He even looked at the stick blade after. It's a nice setup, and he's going to be to the left of Dustin Wolf, and he just sort of throws a muffin in there. You can see he just looked right at his blade like, what was that? I get an opportunity like that, and that's a shot I deliver.
Off the drop, Flyers get back to that puck. Ball is tangled up a little bit with Zegras. Flyers working around the outside. Drysdale takes the shot, swings it over. Zegras shoots. That's blocked in front. No clear. Successful by Farabee. Shot blocked by Beecher. He's got Farabee ahead. Well, Joel Farabee thought about trying to make a move the second time around Drysdale, but will settle for the clear instead.
I think he may have just beaten him with speed if he tried to attack instead of trying to make one more move.
Zegras has 5 power play goals for the Flyers this season. They entered 25th on the power play in the overall rankings. At the line, Drysdale closing in, snaps his stick. Looked like Weegar was going to get there. Dvorak lifted Weegar's stick. Flyers still have it. Denver Barkey, former London Knight. Back to the point. York shot, juggled by Wolf, and he had to steer that to the corner. Thought he was going to trap it, then couldn't. Barkey into the slot, stopped by Wolf again. Dvorak with a couple of chances, and the Flames get it out. Flames nearing the end of their penalty kill. Michkov around the goal of Wolf. Out of the box, Kuznetsov. Ball looking up ice. Backlund there. Out of the reach of Coleman. And Kuznetsov will get the change, so the Flames kill it off. And Coronado hops on the ice. Coronado will pick this one up. 2-on-2 rush into the Flyers zone. Coronado drops now for Backlund. His shot off the stick of Sanheim. Floats over top of the Flyers net. Philadelphia. Still some remnants of the power play unit out there. Long shift for some of them, and this one will slide to Ersson. He'll decide to cover up.
Well, Johnny Beecher does his best work on the PK usually so far since coming off waivers from Boston. Here's a great block, a couple of good looks at it, and then he comes off, and there you go. That a boy from Joel Farabee. We need more of that. Good job for Beecher.
Face off to the right of Ersson. So the Flames able to successfully challenge the goal from Sealer, which would have been his first, and they remain in front 2-0 after a successful kill. Weegar turned that over, was trying to float it to Calgary, up ice. It's center, tip and shot, point blank, wrong by Dustin Wolf.
Mackenzie Weegar turns this puck over. It's going to go to Michkov to tip it, and Dustin Wolf with another grade A save.
Game day, dude. Let's go.
But I still don't know which BetMGM responsible gambling tools to use.
Maybe you should mull it over.
I see it now.
Mackenzie Weegar turns this puck over. It's going to go to Michkov to tip it, and Dustin Wolf with another grade A save.
The only issue is Skapski's waiting for a Rolex. He said, I want the most expensive watch you can find. Cooley's response was, you'll get a basic Rolex and you'll like it. So stay tuned, gents.
Well, we were driving yesterday in the car, my wife and I, Donna, and she said, I don't think there is such a thing as a basic Rolex, is there?
But it's a pretty nice watch.
But having said that, I'm going to wait to see if anything develops. But I think since us broadcasters, you, John, Brendan, Eric, Brent, Pat, Derek, Megan, and I have all been so complimentary towards Devin Cooley, we should all get a Rolex as well, don't you think? And the producer and the driver. Well, let's go the entire production truck. They're a big part of our team, right?
Well, that's a great idea. We'll give them a year, right? It's only fair.
That's right. Let the extension kick in, and then we'll be waiting for a basic Rolex. It's only about, we should explain to Mr. Cooley, it's only going to be about 40 people.
Well, I know where you can get a great black mountain climbing watch. Right?
Oh my gosh, that's another story. Oh, I got to share that one time.
Did you get any Rolexes in your day?
From a teammate? No.
Did you have to buy any?
I received one in a gift, yes.
There you go. Calgary. Trying to spin his way in. Through all that, we've had lots of time because the teams are still trying to go back and forth here as Anderson tests the tip of the glove of Anderson, who kept it out. Zegras. Dvorak over. And that one behind Wolf, and it bounces in. No call. No goal. No goal.
That is referee Peter McDougall that waved that goal off. All right, so the officials are going to look at this. It sneaks in behind Wolf. There's Kuznetsov. Who comes? I think that's Kadri that comes in.
The call has been overturned to a goal.
Yes, Kadri comes in an effort to clear the puck out of the crease. Watch the stick of Kadri. He comes in and knocks it off the far post, and it slides just past the post. I'm sure it's Kadri. Here he is coming in behind. There's, yes, it hits the toe of his stick and into the net. That's the right call. I was wondering if Peter McDougall maybe said that he lost sight of it and he was going to call it down, but that's the right call.
So one goal this period overturned. Flames had a 2-0 lead. That one a strange one. Bounces in behind Dustin Wolf, and the Flyers are on the board. Flames trying to get it right back from Beecher, who is sealed off on the trapper post with that left pad from Anderson.
Well, that's a power move by Beecher, wasn't it? Good to see that.
Still looking for his first as a Flame as Beecher. One-goal hockey game. Flyers working on the outside. Obel sends it back down. Trying to find Grunstrom was Grebenkin, and that'll filter its way to center ice. Zary nearly stole. Flames called back to the bench. They'll sneak a line change in. Sanheim. Around to the far boards. Calgary territory. Cates. Michkov. In tight. Nearly got it back. Covered by Rasmus Anderson. Was reading that setup from Grunstrom at the end of his shift. And Anderson didn't lose his man. He gets to the bench for quick changes. Rustevich comes out of the Calgary bench and right into the fray. Cates and off a stick into the Flyers bench.
As you mentioned, John, Beecher looking for his first goal as a Flame. Here's this power move from behind the net. And a quick wraparound tries to get it inside on Sanheim. And my good friend Rick Tocchet. Rick and I first got to play together in 1987 Canada Cup. We played together in Los Angeles. Great friend. John, you love his tie that he's wearing tonight.
Looking sharp.
Looking sharp. And by the way, what that list doesn't show, my goalie idol was their goalie coach for many years, Bernie Perrant.
Yeah, we were thinking of you in Philadelphia.
I know you sent me a text. They're very kind.
Yeah, I appreciate you weighing in because I knew it meant a lot to you. Penalty coming up here on a trip.
Okay, let's go and update who they have given these goals to.
Philadelphia, number 8.
Philadelphia goal is going to be Konechny. And then the Flames goal, they have changed back to Jonathan Huberdeau and not Morgan Frost. So you are up to date as of this moment. It may change again.
Boy, yeah, all of a sudden there's lots of paperwork to be done, including a penalty to bring you up to speed on. York in the box. Flames on the power play, and it's a power play brought to you by Play Alberta, of course. First of the night for Calgary. Calgary took a high stick. 5-on-3 coming up for the Flames as Dvorak pleads his case.
And the referee just checking to make sure there's no blood. Number 22, Dvorak, right there gets a stick across the face of Nazem Kadri. Let's take a look at the York penalty earlier. 2 minutes for tripping. Oh, definitely gets a stick into the feet of Farabee.
So a big moment for the Flames here, a 5-on-3, a lengthy one, depending on if they're able to strike, and they'll try to get to that puck. Morgan Frost working in the corner, he's knocked out. Huberdeau comes in to keep it alive. Anderson at the point. Moves it over to Nazem Kadri, back to Rasmus Anderson. Down low, Coronado. Anderson with traffic in front for Frost. Kadri sizing it up onto Huberdeau. They'll switch. Huberdeau backhander off the tip of the stick of Couturier. And the Flyers will sneak a change in.
Great stick by Couturier. He's known as a great defensive player.
Nazem Kadri. 5-on-3 for the Flames. Down low, Huberdeau looks across, goes to Kadri. His shot blockered away by Harrison, who pushed around the screen of Morgan Frost. Coronado keeps it in. Kadri some room on the Huberdeau one-timer off the side of the net. Frost up top to Rasmus Anderson. 1 minute, just under that remaining on the 5-on-3 advantage for Calgary. Coronado down to Frost. In front of Anderson, Frost holds, shoots, blocker stop Harrison. No one to that rebound for the Flames. And it'll be sent down the ice by Ristolainen. Coronado. Cross ice to Zary. Anderson gets it back. Now Kadri. Patient this next group of power play attackers for the Flames. Zary. One-timer, Anderson scores! And he'll find a stare down in the front row.
Well, that's where patience comes into it. I know fans want to always say, shoot, 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 but shooting isn't always the best option. You got to set it up properly, and that's what the Flames did. Then they finally get Zary. Gets Rasmus Anderson in a perfect position for a one-timer. Rasmus, as we know, has got a great cannon. He rips it past Anderson for a 3-1 lead. I get a little bit frustrated, as you can tell, when I hear shoot, shoot, shoot all the time, because it may not be the best option. Wait for the right play.
Well, Anderson catches in with his 8th of the season, and that is his 3rd power play goal of the year. That was on the front half of the 5-on-3. Flames still on the power play. Back half of the 5-on-3. And Shergovic goes posted out. Coleman attempted the net. Now Zary on the backhand. In tight, denied by Harrison. 3 really good looks by the Flames at the tail end of the 5-on-3. Grundstrom off the stick of Coleman. Now Sharangovich. Calgary had 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the 5-on-3. Used it to capitalize. And nearly struck on both.
Again. And again, so important that Sharangovich has that confidence. He hit the post, but he was the reason why Zary scored the overtime winner 2 nights ago.
Yeah, points in consecutive games for Zary now. Nazem Kadri also with a helper. His first point in 5 games. Anderson now to Klapka. Swings it behind the Philly net. Klapka one-handed protects, goes to Lomberg. On and off his stick. Klapka will get it back with that reach. Plays it in front for Lomberg off a skate. It's the Flyers protecting courtesy York, and Philadelphia up ice. Drysdale shoots, and that one off the stick of Fall tracking back. Game's come alive a little bit now. 1-0 lead out of the first from Michael Backlund. And then a flurry of goals and a 3-1 Calgary lead as Juleson peppers one on. Wolf pushes over to make the stop on the rebound, and he'll cover up with a bunch of players coming together after the whistle.
Well, in the old days, this we used to think of the Flyers all the time. Scrums after a face-off, or a whistle, excuse me. Oh boy, Kevin Ball was down on the ice for a little bit. I don't know who drove him down on the ice.
A lot of vim and vigor out there.
Yes.
The officials trying to keep them separated now.
Well, let's take a look at that Sharangovich shot from the right flank. He's got such a great shot. Hits the post. Oh, off the goalie's mask and then the post. I did not see that. And then all sorts of traffic in front. Dustin Wolf makes that save off the Juleson shot.
Calgary
and then
43,
here's the scrum.
Philadelphia 24. 2 guys each for roughing. Teams will play 4-on-4.
All right, so Sealer and Klapka both going to the penalty box. I don't know who got involved with Ball. Did you see, John?
I didn't see initially.
Cates, there's Cates. So they go back at it, but somebody took Ball down. Yeah, there it is. It is Cates.
And he credit the linesman, excuse me, Kelly, for protecting Sealer, who was down without the helmet, and then it turns out there's a lot of guys without the bucket off.
Yes, they were. Yep.
So Ball able to shake that off. Flames have to. It's a penalty kill now all of a sudden, and Calgary starts with a puck. Oh, pardon me, 4-on-4. Uyghur on to Kuznetsov. Ball to play all the way deep into the Flyers zone. Now back at the point because Uyghur's in deep as well. Fairby has to cover, and the play coming right at him. Flyers lost control of the puck, and now Uyghur able to get back.
Yeah, Flyers had a good chance. Unfortunately, puck rolled off the stick of Sanheim.
This will bounce all the way to Dustin Wolf. Kadri. Pull-up move, a nice one. He's got some room. Tried to play it into Fairby. That was blocked. As Ristolainen took the path away. There's Kevin Ball. Back to work. Morgan Frost. Nearly turned it over to Michkov. Frost looking for a hook, but he'll head onto that puck. Crossing him with Huberdeau. Finds him. Huberdeau alone to the side for Anderson. Didn't work, but he's got it again. Huberdeau nearly created the second of the period for Rasmus Anderson. Huberdeau looked like he had a threatening avenue himself,
He
perhaps.
sure did, right?
Konechny. Working his way up ice by Sanheim on the exchange. Sanheim on the outside, wrapping it around, and Wolf got there with the left toe. Backlund crossing center. Klapka and Sealer are out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Coleman takes a shot. Dishes off. Backhander into traffic block. Backlund denied by the Flyers as they put it up and out, and the Flames want to delay a game penalty.
I don't think they're going to get it, though.
A busy second period sees Anderson with that stare down. Break out the t-shirt. It's 3-1 Flames.
Canada for over 230 years.
Got to be the Rasmus Anderson power play goal here in the second period. Just powers it by Anderson. His 8th goal of the season, so his strong play continues, as well as the stare down. And here's the penalty. Drysdale. 2-minute penalty for delay of game. Puck over glass.
So Calgary,
I give her credit. She's
like a Flyer fan, yeah,
right, exactly.
Right back at you, and then some. But Flames are hoping maybe Anderson has to go right back to that spot as they return to the power play. This is their 3rd of the game. They're 1 for 2. You saw the goal that Kelly was just talking about. And Flyers will find a way to get that out. Couturier down to Dustin Wolf. Well, not quite. Inside. And there is the Anderson t-shirt, whether she knows it or not. She's going to be given a Flames prize.
Oh, that is so amazing. Rasmus Anderson stared at me. Gotta love Harvey the Hound.
Oh, Anderson right in front of that lady to get ready for the puck drop here. Most brash reception, I would say, of the season. Huberdeau down low. Coronado looking for Frost, coming off the goal line out in front for the side door. Couldn't get it over. Kadri swings to Huberdeau. And cross over top to Frost. Anderson back to Frost. Now side door looking for Huberdeau, coming in late. Kadri resets Huberdeau now to Coronado. Tried the pull move. Settles back to the line. Frost under the stick of Dvorak to keep it alive for the Flames. Huberdeau settled to Coronado. Back to Huberdeau. Now looking for Kadri. Off the stick to Dvorak. Sanheim. He lost it. Coronado bounced it to Kadri off the paddle of it. Anderson had to be careful with it. Now Dvorak shorthanded, but Anderson comes back. Sanheim to Dvorak. And Anderson blocked it. Dvorak another chance. Dvorak a third chance shorthanded. And the puck stays out. Coronado. No one home on the far side. Flames were changing. Weegar able to get there to keep it in. What a play. Eventful power play at both ends for the Flames. Kadri to the side. Out in front all alone. Sharangovich robbed by Anderson. Sharangovich thought he had one. Weegar test. Anderson blocker stop. Sharangovich again. Scores! Third time's the charm for Sharangovich on the power play.
Oh, how key for the Flames scoring on the power play, but how key was that save by Dustin Wolf. Dvorak to Sanheim. He goes right back to Dvorak with Rasmus Anderson helping out, but there was a jam move right by Dvorak at the far side, and then Sharangovich just sticks with it. He's got such a great shot. Look at the attack attitude by the Flames. Everything at the net. There's a missed shot, and it goes right to Sharangovich. He buries a confident shot for his 8th on the season and a 3-goal lead.
Sharangovich, second power play goal, 8th of the season overall, as you mentioned. After the post, after the chance, he does find the back of the net.
Good on him, finding that confidence again.
Coronado, who earned a helper, second point tonight for Coronado. Worked it down low, trying to center out of the corner is Michael Backlund. That'll reach Dustin Wolf at the other end. Who plays it? Stretch pass, nearly perfectly for Coleman. Now Klopka will find it in the corner. Klopka, spinorama shot, this low and wide. Ball. Working down low with it. Has Coleman. Finds him. Quick shot stopped by Harrison. He's made some real big in-tight saves, including that one from Coleman.
He has, especially in the second period.
Coleman. His blast goes wide. End of his shift. Under a minute to go in the second. Anderson looking for the tip from Klopka. Couldn't find it. Beecher. Off a skate, Klopka. To Beecher. Blomberg was calling for it, went to Anderson instead. He mishandled it just a bit. Out of the Flyers zone it comes. Blomberg took a hit from Brink. Brink gets it back. Gloved his stick for Kuznetsov off the glass. Flyers, Cates trying to find Brink. He would have been home free and behind everybody, but the pass didn't go through. Center, that missed. And then a point blank drive. Dustin Wolf able to get a body part on that from Drysdale. Poking it around. York is fair begin. Shoots. That one deflected just wide of the glove side. And the buzzer sounds to end a very eventful second period.
Play Alberta's biggest offer ever is here. Sign up today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Rasmus Anderson gives Calgary that special 4-goal number. Along with Sharangovich. Flames up big after the second. It'll be David Amber, Luke Gazdick. We come back. Page.
Look at the showdown.
This was last game, according to some.
Oh my gosh, too funny. We are best of friends.
But
this proves it this morning.
You guys didn't even know this was being taken, and that is just proof that.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? We can have a lot of fun at each other's expense here.
Well, of course we're having fun last game, right? Eric and I, as I said, we're best of friends.
You've known each other and worked with one another for a long time, and it's our crew. We enjoy doing this. Right. We have a lot of fun. We're lucky to be able to do what we do, and we think back to 2025. Ryan Huska this morning said his favorite memory was a stretch run. Part of that was late March, where the Flames rattled off wins in New York, New Jersey, and this one in Long Island. Nazem Kadri would finish it that night in overtime. Well, it turns out he would finish it the next game as well against Seattle. That was 4 straight wins that really helped boost the confidence and nearly helped push them into the playoffs. So that was a fond memory, and you had a great one, Kelly.
I did 3 days ago. So at Sunday at practice, we brought our grandkids, Maverick and Archie, and their dad, Matt, our son-in-law. Look at the guys, Michael, Rasmus, Mackenzie. Maverick is in front of Rasmus, and they had a great time. We met most of the players. All the players signed their jerseys. The kids were so excited. It was such a moment for us. But why is that special? Because those guys are special. The Flames players are so darn nice. They took so much time to talk to Maverick and Archie. It was so heartwarming. It was amazing. And that's why it was so special, because it's something off the ice, and these guys should be given credit for how they are in the community.
Yeah, they're terrific. I agree. It was great seeing your grandkids meet some of their heroes. And you know what? At Winsport, the practice arena, at Canadian Olympic grounds, they do that for just about everybody. They stop and sign autographs. Right? It's amazing.
They come off the ice and they were talking to everybody, saying hi to the kids and everything. Special group.
Hard to believe we're almost into 2026. Flames are trying to finish it off right. But you know, a Rick Tocchet team isn't going to go away, so it's a 4-1 Calgary lead. And one of the crazier stats coming out of Blake Coleman trying to make a highlight reel to end the year, is that the Flames are 46-0 with a 4-goal total on the board or more. So we'll see if that ridiculous streak continues tonight.
But you're right, and I've known Rick for a long, long time. His teams will never quit. That was something that he really stressed as a player, that you never take a shift off.
Backlund to Coleman. Hangs on to that puck, had to navigate some pressure. Weegar shoots, blocker stopped by Harrison. Coronado on to Weegar. Kuznetsov waited to the side, was hoping to find Coleman. Zegras starts back in behind his own net. He'll dial it up, moving through the middle. Trevor Zegras hangs onto that puck, plays it in round past Kuznetsov. Anderson took his man. That allowed Calgary to find it. Trying to return it to Anderson. Farabee pokes it to center, picking up Calgary. Kind of got jammed up a little bit on the stick from Juleson. In behind that Flyers net. Farabee was going to work. Juleson off a skate of Dvorak. Calgary picks it up again.
This is a good start for Calgary here. 2 minutes in. They've owned the puck here in the third period.
Brink. Manicates pressured at the line by Hanley. Michkov trying to set up a man in front, and he had that look all drawn up for Bobby Brink. Brink after it in the corner. Huberdeau with it now. Frost lost it, nearly regained it. Sanheim. Brink, long shift for him. Morgan Frost having a great night on the dot, and pivotal on the Huberdeau goal. Klapka to Brustevich, his shot blocked. Flyers. Brink still a little in the tank. Remarkably, he's been out there a while for Philadelphia.
He has. After blocking that shot, you'd think when he recognized there wasn't an opportunity to get a scoring chance, he'd go directly off.
Oh, it bounces off of Beecher and into the Flyers zone. York took a look. Zeri was on him. Weegar coming in quickly. Lombard covering up. Keeps it alive for Calgary. Zeri in the corner. Beecher in support. Hauls it free. Plays it up. Popped on Mackenzie Weegar. Flames have to get out. Ristolainen. Down low. Calgary first to the puck. They've been crisp to start this third period. Anderson played off a hit. Michael Backlund extended his point streak to 6. And a swat by Anderson puts the play offside.
This period brought to you by Toyota, leading the charge with over 25 years of electrified experience.
Blake Coleman showing great set of hands. Look at this, coming out of the corner, going right around Drysdale, I believe, gets a great scoring chance. Incredible.
And Backlund and Coleman just seem to be moving it up a notch each night. Here's Farabee. Turn, shoots, blocker stop. Harrison rebound out. Farabee recollects after Sharangovich, who has a goal tonight. Just had it move off of his boundary. Hard shot by Sealer. Unloaded on that one and missed low and wide. Drysdale carries that puck in. Scoots past Hanley. Drysdale to the front, and Wolf got down to cover up on that.
Okay. There's a collision, I believe, with Farabee, and he's holding his hand on the bench. There's a collision right there. Well, remember last game, he got banged up in front of the net, too. And I don't know if it's related.
Yeah, a couple games.
Edmonton, that's right. There was the Ekholm. That's right. I talked to him Sunday about that, and he said he had no feeling It came back after about 5 minutes, but he was a little bit worried there. I don't know if this is related tonight.
He's hoping not. Konechny and the Flyers moving in. They're trying to get back to their position, and Coleman tracking over his stick, over Drysdale's stick. Harrison thought about coming out, but Coronado gets to that puck. Centers, and nearly another opportunity. Well, it was an opportunity for Coleman, but couldn't find the net with it. Weegar shot off a stick, followed up, crashes hard into the Flyers netminder, who's a little slow to get up. Harrison. Konechny the other way. Inside, outside, Klapka shoots, stopped by Wolf. Konechny and Coleman with two fantastic moves this period, neither able to cash in.
Wow, what a move by Konechny. Well, take a look at Konechny's chance. Just incredible hands. Watch this. Klapka comes on, so Konechny knows he's a forward. He's going to attack. Adam Klapka gets a great opportunity. There it is. Goes outside and then attacks perfectly. Dustin Wolf does a nice job fighting that one off.
Face off to the right of Wolf. Cross can't win that one. Flyers get to it. Flames pressure to the outside. Sent cross zone. Ristolainen shot. That nearly grazed Kuznetsov, who was taken aback, but missed the net. Missed Kuznetsov. And Frost has it at the other end. Behind Klapka. Trying to reach back and grab it. Huberdeau coming in late. Won't be able to keep it alive for Calgary. Off a stanchion. That took a funny bounce. Rasmus Anderson alert to that. Ball. Gains the Flyers zone. Heavy hit by Juleson, who stepped up. Ichkov through a set of legs to Juleson. Looking in front. Couturier stick tied up by Anderson. Wolf makes a sharp angle stop. Is trying to find a sneak one through his Sealer. Wolf did well to get over it. Lombard around Sealer. Juleson, stick knocked out of Beecher's hand, and the puck goes up and out.
Oh boy, Sealer got all of that one, a high hard one right off the mask of Dustin Wolf. Still 4-1 Flames here in the third.
This period brought to you by Toyota, leading the charge with over 25 years of electrified experience.
A lot of people think correctly goalies are just here for fun. But when all
one of the power play goals.
Major part of the game brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Parts that make the difference. That's Napa know-how.
Rasmus Anderson with one of the power play goals for the Flames in the second period. The hard blast, the 8th goal of the year, the stare down. I give her lots of credit. Then Harvey the Hound, our favorite mascot, comes over and she receives a t-shirt in good fun.
Well, they boo Santa in Philadelphia.
Yes, they do.
She was meant to be a Flyers fan. Good on her. And good on Rasmus. Handed out another t-shirt. Tippett slides one in. Wolf had to be careful. Played that very well. Almost like his pregame routine in the warm-up. Taking that puck out of his skates. Now slides it across. Weegar's shot off the stick of Sealer, who closes. And up and out of play.
Well, here's two competitive guys. And I love that. There's a little bit of a bump from Sealer after the puck went out of the rink. And McKenzie had a couple words. And Sealer, of course, did the same thing. Two really highly competitive guys that you love both on your team.
Face off to the left of Harrison. Coronado, his turn on the dot. Short-lived as Michael Backlund has to come in to take it. Wins it on the forehand. Coronado pressured to the line. His quick shot was blocked, and that one a stinger on Trevor Zegras. Trying to shake out that right leg. Coleman hit by Dvorak, who goes down. Coleman stays up. He's got the puck. Coleman working out of the corner. Nearly found Coronado. Sanheim broke it up. Zegers blind behind the back pass up the boards. Doesn't work. Stolen Backlund. Coronado, one chance center. Coronado keeps. Throws it across. Loose puck. And that was behind Blake Coleman. This line's been dangerous all night.
Have they ever? And not stop working.
Konechny. Huberdeau on the forecheck. Konechny takes a bit longer. Konechny reaches center, turns one in. Wolf played that neatly right onto the tape of Hanley. Now Morgan Frost eyeing up a chance for Klapka. Bouncing puck perfectly onto his tape. Klapka. He's got a Flyer sandwich. On one side, York. On the other, Konechny.
Well said.
That puck thrown to the goal. Frost tried to center, gets it back. Frost. Spin, shoots. Nearly snuck through. Klapka digs at it. It does come free. Puck still available. And the Flames have it again. Huberdeau up the boards. Couldn't connect with Frost. Michkov trying to get it out. He'll be skated out by Cates. Flyers changing behind him. Cates nearly worked his way in. Hanley got a piece. Beecher shoots off a body, and that one into the netting.
Play Safeway My NHL Picks weekly for your chance to score all season long. You could even win an NHL getaway for you and your family. Download the Safeway app to start playing today.
Morgan Frost with a great chance. Look at the patience. He's going to get this puck back and get away from the traffic, get away from Konechny, then spin around Ersson with a good save through traffic. And then I think he kind of lost it, but it was in behind him. Pretty big save considering it's 4-1. You make it 5-1 with 10 minutes to go. It doesn't seem like there's hope. You never know, but it seems unlikely.
Lomberg disrupted off the post and in. What a goal from Connor Zary. 5-1 Flames.
Well, we've talked about this all year long. When you've got a strong forecheck and you hunt pucks like the Flames are doing, the other team will turn pucks over. Good pressure by Zary, gets helped by Lomberg, and then it comes right back to Zary, and without much hesitation, he goes far side, beating Ersson. Beautiful shot right off the post. But that's that heavy forecheck, and I'll say the term one more time, hunting down loose pucks.
Zary continues to pile up the points in short order. He's got goals in back-to-back games. He has an assist tonight as well. So a 2-point night. And he earns his 6th of the season to give Calgary a 5-1 lead.
And that is a big goal, as I mentioned a minute ago, John. You get a 5-1 lead with 10 minutes to go. You really start to chip away at the will and the drive of the other team.
Lomberg a helper. He helped initiate it. Should give some credit to Beecher for getting that puck in deep. Paying the price as well. Oh boy, there's Joel Farabee down again and really in some pain in front of the Flyers bench. Oh
boy. I'm not sure. He was hit by Tippett. I'm not sure with 10 minutes to go and with a couple of injuries last couple of games. Here's the, oh, it's an elbow to the jaw. It kind of looks like. Watch your left elbow of Tippett right there. I guess a different angle. Kind of looks more like a shoulder. Either way, it's a shot to the head. And for Farabee, are we going to see him again? Is there any need to have him come out, John? I don't know.
Well, he's being addressed by Kent Kabelka, head athletic therapist for the Flames at the bench. In the meantime, they'll play on. 9.5 to go in the third. Offside go the Flyers. And York, a little frustrated, fired that half-heartedly at Wolf. Connor Zary, back-to-back games with a goal. 5-1 Flames.
BetMGM is where you leave ordinary for something a little more interesting. With your favorite.
Overtime, hunting Zary gets helped by Blomberg, and then it comes right back to Zary, and without much hesitation.
Sure, it's mud with Toyota Tundra.
To you, Rasmus Andersson doing it all here. The Flyers short-handed get an opportunity. Sanheim back to Dvorak. Watch Rasmus Andersson taking away that opportunity. Excellent effort by, if you listen to our panel and Eric Francis, the man Rasmus Andersson that will be named to Team Sweden on Friday in 2 days.
I'd say that is the safer of the bets. I'd agree with you. Captain the World Championship Swedish team this past spring.
That's right. And that's important to note, honestly, that if they think that highly of you, that goes a long way.
Konechny, swing and miss. He was trying to play it off the glass and choked up with a baseball swing. Flames get it out, comes back in. Another offside stopping play.
And keep in mind, he was a part of the Four Nations as well. And so he's definitely on Team Sweden's radar in a big, big way. And I'm with you, John. When you captain a team like that at the World Championship, that tells you how highly they regard you as a person and as a player. And so it would seem unlikely to me that you'd be left off the team.
Continues to just pile up the points as well. 8th goal this season in here tonight.
Well, I don't want to get ahead. Oh, wow.
Here's Klapka. Glove saved by Andersson off the egregious turnover, and Klapka denied.
Brink. That is not a play that you want to make in your own zone. You're along the boards, you get the puck, and then you make a backhand pass right through the slot. And he had no real pressure either. Huberdeau was still 7 feet away from him, so he had lots of time to make a different player just hang on to the puck, eat it, and protect it. But you do not want to go backhand pass through the middle. Oh, I like that. That's a good teammate, though. Michkov, that's a great play. Make sure the youngster knows you're going to make plays like that, you have to move forward. Brink's only 24 years old.
Gustevich nearly held the line. Zary sends one back in.
So far, sorry, John. So far, I like the way the Flames are playing here in the third. It's not they're just hanging on. They're controlling most of this third.
I was just going to add that another adjustment from Ryan Huska worked right away. That was Zary appearing with Blomberg, while Klapka had been elevated earlier in the period.
Yes, he had.
Blomberg looking for it. Cross, carry over on his ship, finds it. On to Klapka off the bench. He was tripped up, and the officials just keep this one going. Under 8 to go in the third. Klapka finds the puck again, wraps it around, takes a look. Klapka holds on to it. Cycles down low for Frost, protecting. Juleson got the blade in there. Frost goes down. Puck freed up on the far boards, nearly held in by Calgary. Bobby Brink will poke it into the Flame zone. Calgary on the Klapka. Off a skate. Klapka wants to get rid of it. He'll change. Is it hard for each team with the details right now to score the way it is?
It was for me. This time of year was also hard for me with the holidays and being on the road and being away from family and so on. So it makes it a little bit more difficult for the Flyers. But when you're down 5-1, 7 minutes to go, yeah, it can be.
And second of a back-to-back.
Yes.
For Philadelphia. Off a stick. Denver Barkey recovers it. Played to Couturier. That was stolen with help from Farabee, who reappears after being roughed up in front of the Flyers bench. Kadri nearly set up in the slot. Flyers up ice quickly. Markey sent it over, Tippett on the backhand. Right past save. Wolf, he got the rebound bid as well. Off the stick of York.
With more capability than ever, a new Toyota Tacoma can power every adventure. Get yours at your local Prairie dealer today.
Well, Dustin Wolf just continues to shine. He's going to get a backhand shot here from Tippett and then a rebound attempt, and he does a really nice job holding on to that for a face-off in his own zone. Nice effort.
Backlund had his stick tied up off the dot by Dvorak. Flames will get to it, get it out. Coleman pounding wrist to line and skating ahead of him. Moved it to Zegras on the outside. Shot deflected. That one off of Rasmus Anderson, I think, in front of Wolf. Now another shot deflected in tight. Flyers putting more pucks to the net. Konechny skates away from Anderson. To the point. York played it down low. Flyers sneak a change in. Coronado trying to get that out. Ball finds an avenue. And now Calgary hustles to their bench. Zegras couldn't handle that stretch pass from Juleson, who's nets off to Uyghur, swung around, Lomberg, outlets to Beecher. Johnny Beecher moving in with Zary. Beecher trying to slide it to Zary, fan, but recovers, goes to Uyghur, his shot, makes it through, and is stopped by Harrison with heavy traffic in front. Just over 5 left in the Flames 2025 portion, and they're feeling the New Year spirit already at the Dome. Tonight's performer of the game brought to you by AOR. Whether you want to improve, correct, or prevent, AOR has the right supplement for you.
We're going to go with Blake Coleman. Here's that great assist in the first period to spring Coronado, which led to the Backlund opening goal of the game. And it's just been a Blake Coleman show for the last, 3 years, 4 years that we've had him. Every night he brings this kind of effort. He's so hard to play against, and for that reason we're going to give him the performer of the game.
Klapka had a chance in the blue paint. Frost did as well as Harrison was down and couldn't spot it. Flames pressuring Hanley. That one went off a piece, and Harrison's mask is undone. He's thinking about shaking it off, but he'll keep it on as the Flyers didn't have possession. Now they do, and now the whistle is blown.
And good play by the officials. If there's an imminent scoring opportunity, there's no reason to blow the whistle down until the Flyers get possession or it doesn't look like the Flames have a scoring chance to set it up. Let's take a look. There's the play where the stick of Huberdeau gets in there and takes the strap off the mask.
Off the draw, Beecher won it. Zary takes over, doubles back, trying to get away from traffic to Beecher. Hot shot, stopped by Erickson. Again, he was able to make the first save, didn't know where the rebound went.
I'd say John Beecher's getting rewarded with a little bit more ice time here in the third. He's had a couple of scoring chances, showing his speed, which Ryan Huska and his staff are always talking about.
This line started the game, but had Klapka on it. Zary has been an instant ad with a goal. And you're right, to the legs of Beecher.
Yep.
That one off the skate of Brustevich, dangerously in front. No Flyer there. Sealer shoots, and a stop by Wolf. Had to adjust his trapper to make the save. It's time to take the game outdoors in Florida. Yes, the defending Stanley Cup champion Panthers host the New York Rangers in Miami for the 2026 Winter Classic. Stage is set for a spectacular showdown under the lights. Coverage begins Friday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Sportsnet. Kachuk, a possibility?
Yes. Wow, huge.
Paul Maurice wouldn't commit to saying a sure thing. And Barkov, he's skating. Not going to be able to make a return that soon. But welcome to Miami Winter Classic.
That would be a great event. I love those outdoor games, Winter Classic, Heritage Classics. They're all incredible to me.
You were in one in Vegas
Oh, boy.
Kind of.
Preseason, so it wasn't exactly a classic, but it was a first, that's for sure.
Tippett pulls up with a move. Now Couturier tried to throw it on, gets it back, and it's stopped by Wolf. Another save by Pat, and a wet Pat save by Dustin Wolf. A double dose of Dustin coming up big late in the game for the Flames. Juleson missed on a shot with traffic in front of Wolf. I know it's a 4-goal lead, but those saves still count.
Huge, absolutely huge. It's a whole lot more fun winning 5-1 than it is 5-2 or 5-3 or 5-4, whatever the comeback may be.
Konechny wraps it around. Backlund off a skate again. Coleman's there to pick it up. Under 3 to go. Coleman delivers it in. Farabee pops it to Backlund. Farabee going to work. Konechny spots it, slides it over. Uyghur colliding with Dvorak, and he'll go to the box.
Okay, so I was unsure after Farabee had taken that high shot from Tippett if we're going to see him again. Of course we are.
Number 52, 2-minute
He gets back on the ice and makes that great shot block. Incredible effort. Look at the saves by Dustin Wolf. Watch how he's tracking this puck, how quickly he moves left to right, right to left, whatever. Here's the interference penalty on Mackenzie Uyghur on Dvorak. Well, this would be a nice kill for the Flames.
They are 1 for 1 tonight, just the second time. Calgary is on the penalty kill. Flyers are looking for anything as they continue this road trip. Tippett off the mask again. Second time tonight. Dustin's taken a pretty sharp shot right off the grill.
Sealer was the one earlier in the game.
Tippett can really fire it too.
Yes, he can.
Flyers power play. Back to the point. Drysdale across. Tippett to Drysdale just inside. Lets it go. Trying to save the zone. Anderson off the back glass. He'll make no mistake. Zegras, stretch pass, Flyers in, Barkey across, trying to put it in on the, against the grain was Dvorak. Had a little room on the blocker side. Barkey back to the point for Zegras, his shot deflected, and that one up and out.
Kuznetsov, he's had a really good game too. Underrated player. Partner with Uyghur and does a nice job taking away that stick, and then Zegras rips that one. Dustin Wolf, he went to the bench because of his mask. As soon as the whistle had blown, I noticed him. I know you did too, John. He's going to go get repairs quickly.
Well, he's able to protect himself with that cage. Needed it tonight. Needed a post again as well. Flyers off the draw. Wobbling puck. Zegras out of York. Plays it over. Konechny up top of the Calgary zone. Fan on that. Might be a chance for Beecher shorthanded. Here comes Johnny Beecher in. And a drag to the forehand. Just taken away on the back check from York. Zegras to York, some room, shoots, and that release was there, but it missed the net, and Anderson sends it down. Under a minute to go in the third. Flames looking for their 5th straight win on home ice. Juleson. Dvorak. Sent over, hard shot, handled by Wolf. He wants to keep the time off the clock. Penalty is over. Flames kill it off. They're 2 for 2 and have 25 seconds left in the game.
And smart play by Wolf. Keep that puck alive. Kill more time.
Uyghur, who came out of the box, will chip it into the Flyers zone. Well, the crowd will start to celebrate in Calgary. The Flames work their way all the way back to a .500 record now. before the calendar turns to 2026. A win on New Year's Eve, 5-1 the final for the Flames.
Well, when the Flames score 4 or more, they are absolutely deadly. Take a look at the graphic. When you score 4 or more from December 16th, 2023, Flames are 47-0-0, the best in the National Hockey League. There are other good records, but nobody is 1,000%. That's amazing. And you know what's fun, John? This building is rocking now. These fans are really falling in love with this team. They really appreciate the effort. And it's real fun coming back to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome here on a nightly basis when the team is playing like this.
TELUS Flames Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by TELUS. Now offering pure fiber internet across Canada.
The hockey doesn't stop in 2026. Thank goodness we got the Winter Classic, as we were just referring to. That'll come up on January 2nd, leading us into Hockey Night in Canada. The Preds, an early start time. Note that 5 o'clock local, 5 Mountain for the Preds and Flames. And then coming up after that, they'll continue the homestand and wrap it up against the Seattle Kraken. Well, we were sharing our favorite memories, and truth be told, we have a lot of fun, but we have a lot of fun because of you as well. Thanks, everybody, for watching through 2025. The Flames rounded out with a 5-1 win to celebrate a 5th consecutive victory on home ice and an early celebration on this New Year's Eve. Everyone have a happy and healthy 2026. Be safe tonight. It is Sportsnet Central, presented by KFC with Tim McCallum, Jesse Fuchs.